Welcome to our deep dive into the world of conspiracy theories, where belief can often be stranger than fiction. These are some of the most famous and enduring conspiracy theories of all time. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel to stay updated with more fascinating content. Now let's get started. The 9/11 conspiracies, the tragic events of September 11th, 2001, shocked the world. The official explanation is that Osama bin Laden and his crew of hijackers were responsible. However, some conspiracy theorists find this explanation too simple. They propose that the US government, particularly President George Bush and Vice President Dick Cheney, had insider knowledge. Others claim that Israel orchestrated the attacks, or that controlled demolitions brought down the Twin Towers, not the planes. Yet evidence and logic challenge these claims. For example, if a hijacked airplane didn't crash into the Pentagon, where did Flight 77 and its passengers go? Conspiracy theories often mistake bureaucratic incompetence for a grand plan, but the truth is usually far simpler. Princess Diana's death. On August 31st, 1997, Princess Diana tragically died in a car crash in Paris. The sudden death of such a beloved figure sparked conspiracy theories. One popular theory, championed by billionaire Mohammed Al Fayed, claims that British intelligence agencies assassinated Diana at the request of the royal family. These claims were thoroughly investigated and dismissed in a 2006 inquiry. Later, in 2008, a coroner's jury concluded that Diana and her companion, Dodi Al Fayed, were unlawfully killed due to the negligence of their drunken chauffeur and pursuing paparazzi. Despite this, theories about Diana's death continue to circulate. Subliminal advertising. Have you ever been watching TV and suddenly felt the urge to buy something? Some conspiracy theorists believe you may be a victim of subliminal advertising. Authors like Wilson Bryan Key and Vance Packard claimed that advertisers were using subconscious messages to manipulate the public. While these books caused a stir and led to hearings, many of their claims were later discredited. Although subliminal mental processing does exist, there's no evidence that it's more effective than regular advertising. Getting someone to act on a split-second image is far harder than the conspiracy theorists suggest. The moon landing hoax. In 1969, NASA landed astronauts on the moon. But by the 1970s, some people believed it never happened. The moon landing hoax theory gained traction with the 1976 book We Never Went to the Moon and the 1978 movie Capricorn 1. Despite these claims, there's overwhelming evidence that the moon landings were real, including hundreds of pounds of moon rocks studied around the world. In fact, astronauts like Buzz Aldrin were so offended by these accusations that, in 2002, Aldrin punched a conspiracy theorist who called him a coward and a liar. Is Paul McCartney dead? Some conspiracy theorists think so. According to them, Paul died in a car accident in 1966 and was replaced by a lookalike. They claim the Beatles left clues about Paul's death in their album, covers and lyrics. Despite numerous public appearances and denials from the band, fans continue to believe this bizarre theory. John F. Kennedy's assassination in 1963 remains one of the most controversial events in US history. Did Lee Harvey Oswald act alone, or was there a second gunman? Theories range from Fidel Castro's involvement to the CIA organized crime and even Vice President Lyndon Johnson. The official Warren Commission report found no evidence of a broader conspiracy, but speculation continues to this day. The Roswell crash. In 1947, something crashed on a ranch near Roswell, New Mexico. The US government initially claimed it was a flying saucer, but later retracted the statement, saying it was a weather balloon. Decades later, the conspiracy theory resurfaced, suggesting it was a cover-up for a secret military project called Project Mogul. While there was a cover-up, it wasn't about aliens, it was about Cold War-era spying. Nevertheless, the Roswell crash remains a cornerstone of UFO conspiracy theories. The Protocols of the Elders of Zion is a notorious hoax that claims to reveal a Jewish conspiracy to dominate the world. This anti-Semitic text first appeared in Russia in 1905 and was later used by the Nazis as propaganda. Despite being thoroughly debunked, the protocols continue to circulate in various parts of the world, fueling hatred and division. In the 1980s and 1990s, America became convinced that a network of Satanists was abusing children across the country. This moral panic was fueled by sensationalized media reports and false memories recovered through hypnosis. The most infamous case was the McMartin preschool trial, where daycare owners were falsely accused of horrific crimes. After years of trials and investigations, the accusations were debunked, but not before many lives were ruined. The Satanic Panic serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of mass hysteria. Chemtrails. As planes fly, they leave behind condensation trails called contrails. Some conspiracy theorists believe these trails are actually chemicals being sprayed into the atmosphere for nefarious purposes, such as population control or weather manipulation. Despite scientific evidence debunking these claims, the chemtrail conspiracy theory persists. Researchers who study atmospheric science are often harassed by believers who think they're part of the cover-up. Barack Obama's presidency was marred by a conspiracy theory that he wasn't born in the United States. Despite being born in Hawaii in 1961, some claimed he was actually born in Kenya and therefore ineligible to be president. Obama eventually released his birth certificate to silence the rumors, but the damage was done. One of the most prominent advocates of this conspiracy theory was Donald Trump, who later became president himself. The COVID-19 pandemic has generated numerous conspiracy theories, one of the strangest being the idea that 5G wireless technology is responsible for the virus. Some believe that electromagnetic frequencies from 5G towers weaken the immune system, making people more susceptible to COVID-19. Others claim that the COVID-19 vaccines contain tracking chips connected to 5G networks, allowing the government to monitor everyone's movements. These theories have been thoroughly debunked, but they continue to influence public opinion. Birds aren't real. Not all conspiracy theories are deadly serious. Birds Aren't Real is a satirical movement that claims birds are actually surveillance drones created by the US government. The movement, started by Peter McIndoe in 2017, is a parody meant to highlight the absurdity of modern-day misinformation. Despite being an obvious joke, some people have taken birds aren't real seriously, showing how easily misinformation can spread. The Flat Earth Theory. Flat Earth theories are surprisingly persistent, despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Believers argue that the Earth is a flat disk rather than a sphere, dismissing centuries of scientific evidence and the testimony of astronauts who have seen Earth from space. Flat Earthers often turn to bizarre physics to explain phenomena like gravity and eclipses, but their theories remain fringe. COVID treatments cause COVID deaths. A more dangerous conspiracy theory around COVID-19 is the belief that treatments like the antiviral drug remdesivir are actually killing patients. This theory has led some to refuse effective treatments, instead turning to unproven or discredited remedies. One particularly bizarre version of this theory suggests that COVID-19 isn't caused by a virus, but by snake venom injected by the Catholic Church and the CDC. These outlandish claims put lives at risk by promoting misinformation over science. One of the most outlandish conspiracy theories is the idea that reptilian humanoids control the US government. British conspiracy theorist David Icke popularized this theory, which often overlaps with anti-Semitic New World Order conspiracies. While it may sound ridiculous, this theory has had real-world consequences. In 2020, a man who believed in reptilians detonated a bomb in downtown Nashville, Tennessee, causing widespread destruction. The Illuminati conspiracy theory suggests that a secret society of elites controls world events. The Illuminati are often blamed for everything from wars to economic crises, with believers claiming that this shadowy group seeks to establish a new world order. Despite the lack of evidence, the Illuminati theory remains popular, fueled by pop culture references and the allure of hidden knowledge. Area 51, a secretive military base in Nevada, has long been associated with UFO sightings and alien conspiracies. Believers claim that the US government is hiding evidence of extraterrestrial life at the base, particularly the remains of a crashed UFO from the Roswell incident. The government's secrecy around Area 51 has only fueled these theories, despite officials insisting that the base is simply used for testing advanced military technology. The New World Order theory posits that a group of global elites is working to establish a totalitarian world government. This theory often overlaps with other conspiracies, such as the Illuminati and reptilian conspiracies. Believers see events like the COVID-19 pandemic as part of a larger plan to impose draconian controls on the population. Despite the lack of evidence, the New World Order theory remains popular, particularly among those who distrust government and authority. The High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, or HARP, in Alaska, was a research project focused on studying the ionosphere. However, conspiracy theorists believe that HARP is actually a secret government weapon used to control the weather and even cause natural disasters like earthquakes and hurricanes. While HARP was a real project, its purpose was purely scientific, and the facility was decommissioned in 2014. Nevertheless, the theory persists among those who see natural disasters as man-made events. That wraps up our list of the 20 most famous conspiracy theories. Whether they stem from fear, mistrust, or a desire for hidden knowledge, conspiracy theories continue to capture the public imagination. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more intriguing content. Thanks for watching.